Well, welcome to a new week. Um, just thank you for being here with me. Together every Monday we meet and have an opportunity to get a little more grounded, a little bit clearer, and a little bit more healing, so that we can have a good week here on Healing Meditation, Free Healing Meditation Mondays. I'm Nathan Writing with Rising Heart Grounded Mind, and we'll just go right into Uh, a little bit, but not news what I'm going to tell you, but things are changing and are one way or another, whether we want to or not, we're going in a new direction, probably on a personal level, but also collectively. This is a time of big change, as you know. And we talked a little bit about last week, but this week we're kind of being contained in some way. So it's kind of like we don't have as many. I mean, we still have free will. We still can make our decisions and choices, but it feels to me like it's in a tighter little box, or our energy is more constrained in some ways right now. I don't feel like I can just go do whatever I want some days. It's like there's a lot of responsibilities and demands, and I'm having to be really focused, and I feel like my energy is being focused within me. And I'm noticing that in clients and other people that I work with as well. And what this is doing in particular is creating this transition, this change from the third to the fourth chakra. It's forcing us to address the energies in all of our chakras, but in particular, how our third and fourth chakras are relating to one another. Where is the majority of our energy sitting? Is it in the lower chakras, in like the third chakra world, where there's a lot of struggle and battle and power games and all that? Or can we transition into a more balanced point within our mind body energy system, both on an individual level but collectively? And so when we are in that sort of constrained space, it's harder for us to not be with what's actually in us. So if there's grief and loss there, then we're going to feel grief and loss there. If there's anger, rage, anguish there, we're going to feel those things. It's like we're being asked to be with what's within us. We're being pushed within ourselves more. If we feel isolation, then we were going to feel that more, whether we like it or not. Sorry. If there's some sort of lack of belonging, if we really don't belong, like where should we be? That is going to be heightened as well, because we're in that sort of confinement, and for that containment of our energy, we are being forced to know what is there, so that we can then start to address those energies. And that can be very painful. I feel it on a personal level. I see it in the greater world around me. Some days I'm like, this seems to be accelerating, not getting better. So I have to rely more and more on, meditation and the spiritual tools I have available to me to get a break and to manage all of it. So if you're feeling that, you're not alone. It is bringing healing, even though healing sometimes is not comfortable. It's kind of painful. I'm noticing where I would intervene and try to heal situations, I'm not being allowed to. And that is very difficult for me. Like, oh my gosh, like I should go and fix that. Well, yeah, it's like a big no. And in that, there's a lot of discomfort. In that, also, there's healing for me in all of that. So, if you're experiencing that, you're not alone. It is allowing us, like I said, to kind of reorient our energy, get into balance. So we're not over giving, and not we're over receiving, but we are giving and receiving in a balanced place. And so where we're not, we're having our space. We're not taking too much space and we're not giving up too much space. It's that polarity, the duality where we have to get out of those extremes. So this is where we're at, and it's this path of loving ourselves, where we're being forced to go more, and can be a little scary, it can be a little intimidating, it can be very uncomfortable and painful and all those things. But I'm hoping tonight in our meditation we'll see where the energy takes us, but I'm hoping it can take us a little bit to a place of space and a little bit of relief, so that we can get a little bit more in our hearts and have ourselves, and in the doing so, have a little bit of easier go this week. So if you want to join me, go ahead and put your feet on the floor and just gently close your eyes and just be in appreciation for how much you're doing right now. How much effort you're in right now just to show up and be in the world, and how you're doing that regardless of whether it's graceful or if it's messy. I just want you to feel how important and valuable you are in this creation. Because if you're here right now, that's not an accident. So just close your eyes and just breathe and breathe in, breathe out and breathe out all the heavy energy. Breathe in, breathe out, and tune to the rhythm of the universe, the measure of the movement. Allow yourself to just feel how you are part of all of creation. And breathe in, breathe out, and tune to the energy of today, this Monday, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. And I just invite you to be aware of the space 2 to 3 inches behind your eyes. And I invite you to imagine there's a chair there for you, a very inviting, warm, comforting chair for you to sit in. If you need to have a blanket on you while you do this in that room, in that chair, then have a blanket on you. Whatever would make you feel comfortable and more nurtured, have that there. And as you do that, I want you to bring your attention to your sacral floor and be aware of your sit bones. Be aware of your first chakra, the tip of your spine. And with your imagination, I invite you to create a connection from the tip of your spine to the center of the planet. I invite you to make this as wide as you want, as big as you want, but just make sure it's as wide as your hips. And you can make it out of whatever you want. It could be a tree trunk. It could be a beautiful waterfall, a beam of light. It could be a magical wand. It can be whatever you like. You decide what that connection should be, what it should feel like, and how it's connecting you to the earth. Just make sure that it's really connecting into that lower body. So if you're using a tree, those branches are grabbing onto your lower body and the roots are grabbing onto the iron core of the earth. And just make sure, like I said, make sure it's as wide as your hips, and just feel the magnetism of the earth overtake that connection, that magnetic pull of this feminine planet start to pull on you in your body. And just let the grief or sadness that you may have in your space, conscious or unconscious, let her start to pull on that. Also be aware that that magnetic pull is connecting into the space all around you, above and below, left and right, in front and back of you. So it's not just your body, but it's connecting into all of that space. And as you do that, just release that grief. Sometimes Earth can feel a little bit brutal. unrelenting. So if you're feeling that, or whether you know it or not, whether it's this lifetime or others, just allow the earth to start to pull on that kind of unrelenting, driving, kind of brutalness of being here in a human form. Let that just start to come out of you. And in the sadness and the grief that is around you, where you're not getting a break. That energy where you don't feel like it's ever enough. It's like we're being sort of driven right now. And so just invite you to ask the earth. She's doing it just automatically, is pulling that out of your body. And this kind of brutality is not necessarily a signature energy of the great Mother Earth, but it's a signature of some of the energy that's gotten out of hand here. So wherever that negative masculine and patriarchal energy has created these patterns in you where you are always driven, where you don't get space, where things aren't enough, never enough. And it's kind of brutalizing you and driving you. Just ask the earth to start to pull out those nets of energy that we sometimes get caught up in, like fish in the ocean. And we aren't given room to maneuver and to flow in like a fish in water in the world the way that we want. Wherever that confinement is being created by that negative patriarchal or masculine energy, just ask the earth to start to demagnetize, to pull those nets of control off of you. Just let that start to come out of you. Breathe. Whatever this energy is that's keeping you from having space and room, more room for you, let that come out of you. And any cruelty, meanness that is attached to this, that you've absorbed or experienced, that creates the fear and the inertia, the energy that prevents you from letting go of this control that's driving you in a direction that maybe you don't want to go or that you need to release. Just let that go. We're all having our coping mechanisms and our old patterns of ways of being challenged and pushed in part so that we can release that and create new ways of being. Just allow that to come out of you. Any of that pain in the fourth chakra, in the heart, in the lungs, the grief of not having your purpose, not having the space and room enough for you, the grief of not having your heart, the emotional sense of goodness, of love. Just allow that to start to flow out of you as much as you can release right now. Just ask the earth to do that. And she's the great Mother Earth. She's very gentle in this. She acknowledges the pain, both physical and emotional, that may be coming up for you. Just let that come out of you. And let any anger, frustration, stagnation, let that start to come out of you as well. Maybe there's anguish around that. Just let that energy start to flow out of you. And anywhere where you're trying and remaining in a lot of effort, maybe even resistance to change because it can be so challenging, just let that go. Let your third chakra release that energy that come out of your heart, out of your thymus. And all of that control over your voice, over your expression, whether it's spoken or written or sung through art, whatever medium you use to express yourself or like to express yourself, let that limitation come out. The darkness, the heaviness, the judgment from others, let that just flow out of you, out of your fifth chakra. And let wherever your sixth chakra has been dimmed because of the judgment and the disapproval of the external world, as you release this out of your fifth chakra, this limitation on your expression, then also can your vision, your sight, your inner sight, what you can see, whatever, wherever people didn't want you to see things in a more truthful way, just allow that energy to come out of your sixth chakra and just release. Breathe, and wherever you've been carrying other people, family members, friends, people at work, jobs, or just in the world in general, you've been carrying a heavy load in your crown for the world, for your family, for your work, or for whatever, I just invite you to release that, let that go. A lot of the burden, responsibility for keeping this world going often can fall to people like you. And so I invite you to release that out of your crown. And as you do that, I invite you to release the pressure on your creative energy. Creative energy in your lower body, in your second chakra. Where you might have this creative field. In a female body, your womb. In a male body, connection to creative energy through its connection to the Great Mother. But just allow that to begin to release all the pressures there. All the physicalized pressures from the negative side of the masculine. Let go of that energy out of your inner thighs, and your hips, your legs, where the negative masculine has been grounding through you. And narrowing your ability to run your energy in your body. Where it's prevented you from having and owning your full space. Just breathe. Let whatever's coming up out of your heart right now as you're letting go of that control of your creative energy. That imposition, that narrowing of your creative flow with yourself and the universe. Just let that really start to come out of that lower body. And wherever you've been programmed that you have to give everything away for the sake of others, for the well-being of humanity, your family, your work, your your job, whatever, just allow that to come out of you. So many of us have been caretaking, over healing, over giving our energy. And it's this place, this creative energy space that suffers. So just allow whatever and wherever you're over giving, over healing, over intervening, just really allow that to come out in all the program that says that you have to do this. Let it come out of you. And all the fears that you might have within you that come up. All of the chatter from society and those around you, let that come out of your telepathic channels around your forehead. All that pressure in your fifth chakra to continue this pattern, let that come out of you. And anywhere else in your body, you can release that over giving, healing, all of the coping mechanisms that are associated with that. Just let that come out of you. We're really unconscious to where we do this. So just allow that unconsciousness to come out and all that material that's associated with it. Let it just fall out of you. Just release. Breathe and just allow yourself, give yourself permission. You know what you need to release in this meditation. Just scan yourself, ask yourself what it is that you should release. If you don't know, just ask the earth to just, whatever's most important for me to let go of right now, please help me release it so that I can move beyond my limits and the limits of this world that is transforming and changing, so that I can lean into the change. I can lean into the creation of the new life for me and the new life of the earth. So just allow that to happen. Breathe. Just keep releasing. All the energy in your root chakra and your feet chakras, just let that start to come out, where all those people are grounding through your body and trying to ground through your path. Just let that come out. Might be a darker, heavy energy, but just allow yourself to release. And all the invalidation that you've built up over time around not having your root chakra fully for yourself, your feet chakras in your path fully for yourself. Just let that really come out of you. Breathe. Be aware of your heart, and especially the back of your heart, and just begin to release and ask the earth to help you release all the energy from all of the people, beings, this lifetime or last lifetime, all of the energy in this lifetime and past lifetimes that are keeping you stuck in these patterns and in these problems that keep you so narrowly focused and constrain you from being able to be the creative, powerful being that you are. And the energy behind you is the energy where you've come from. So that's where any past life or any past time energy is. I just ask the earth to just help you just release all of that negativity that might be built up there that's keeping you from being in your present time path and being able to have your current present time creative energy. So just allow that to come out of you, really release. You don't have to know what this is, but it's just coming off of you. All that burden coming off your shoulders as well and off your crown. out of your sixth chakra. Just allow your whole upper chakra system to release, all of them releasing. And all the negativity that's built up in your creative lower part of your body, just release that. Let that all come out. Just ask the mother to help you now. Ask her to come in and to begin to connect to you in whatever way you see her connect to you, bringing with her more powerful energy, more powerful ways of releasing than just through her magnetism. Just allow her. You can see her as a being of light. You can see her as a tree, as beautiful, lush plants. You can see her as a goddess. You can see her however you want, but ask her to come and give you a healing. Just take from you these burdens, take from you in a gentle way, whatever you can release right now. The biggest piece, the biggest part of the energy that you can release right now that's limiting your ability to have your divine creative power and information. Just release, let that go, and allow her to begin to help you embody. And as you embody in your 5-element body, then you embody more with her. So you're becoming more in union with the mother and in uniting with her, then she can help you more to release. So just allow that to happen. Allow your arms and your hands to begin to release. Allow that healing energy to come into you. Breathe, keep breathing. Allow that to release and allow her to come into your heart, clearing out your throat, out your sixth chakra, just really being able to have a little bit more command and help support you a little bit more as you release this energy. Help her start to have a little bit more control over that creative center in your body. And by coming into more harmony and union with her in your creative space, then you gain more power to heal, let go, evolve, change, and then create from a place of greater power and greater synchronicity with her and all of life. Just allow that to happen. As you do that, go ahead and she will continue to work on you. Ask her to work on you tonight as you go to bed. You can continue to call on her during the day. And then just ask that the cosmic energy, just call your energy back in a golden sun right above your crown, just calling all of your energy back. It's getting bigger, bigger, brighter and brighter. And in that is infused this energy of loving awareness, consciousness, kindness, and peace, specific to you and your unique soul signature of who you are. And just bring that in, let it get really big and just bring that into your body. It's replenishing you as if you were getting your thirst quenched. All the cells of your body are filling up with that from your crown down to your throat, down to your shoulders, down to your heart, down to your diaphragm, down to your sacral floor, down and out your hands, down to your thighs, down to your knees, down to your feet, filling you up, every part of your body, the organs, the cells, the tissues, the bones, the blood, all the organs, everywhere in your body is filled up, and all the space around you, above you and below you, to left and right, in front and back of you. And when you feel completely filled up, you can open your eyes and stretch. Oops, I should say April 24th is when our next virtual healing clinic will be, and I encourage you to come if you've never been. Beginning Clairvoyant Tools class. If you know of anyone that'd like to attend this is an opportunity to build on what we're doing here in this class. So if you have ever wanted to know about this or learn more about it, there's some people on this call that have taken it, can tell you more about it. Or you can talk to me. I am starting this healing heartbreak class, the dramas, traumas, and karmas, the purification of the 5 elements, the power of the Holy Womb Chakra. I know that's a mouthful, but the long of the short of it is, it's based in the Hindu healing miracle tradition. It's a very powerful spiritual technology that I'll be teaching you that will help purify your 5-element body and help you let go of the karmas and the traumas that you've built up, not just in this life, but in past lives, so that you can feel stronger, more solid, you can feel more grounded and more empowered in your body, and be able to have a more of the things that you want, because those blocks will be out of the way. So there's a discount to April 1st. If you sign up by then, it's $50 off the class. If you have questions, you can talk to me. And then, go to my YouTube page if you want to watch future meditations. I did get up the last week's, it was a little late, but I'll try to get this one up today. Anyway, you all have a great week. It's always good to see you, and see you next time.